forgive me if I jam up your timeline because this jumps ahead of being brand new at coaching. But you mentioned to our group something that I thought was really important, and it really helps me at times that a message like this would come from someone other than myself,
Mm-hmm.
which was you spoke to the selfish coach. You spoke
Yep.
to this behavior in a coach who is maybe a little bit of, in the baseball world we call a show me guy or a show me girl. It's like all eyes on me. Let me show you a great hustle when people are watching, kind of thing. And in your example, you were talking about this kind of cheerleader mentality, the person who's got something to say, but there's nothing really behind it, and it's all for them. And the reason why I bring this up is, to me, one of the biggest forks in the road of this, we'll call it a life cycle of a coach, is uh, is found inside of a paradox. Coaching is this, on one hand, pursuit of mastery, and on the other hand, uh, a humility that recognizes that no one cares about your mastery. And what I mean, let me clarify. What I mean by that is the ego of the coach who is pursuing mastery can miss the forest for the trees often. And it's how it's presented is, if I, Logan, am coaching you, Tex, and a bunch of your teammates, that if I'm such a good coach, if I do a really great job, you will read the textbooks that I read, and you will go to the seminars that I go to, and you will care about the things that I care about. And that is a great disservice to you, who's trying to win on Friday, or trying to lose 20 pounds, or trying to, feel better about him or herself, right? And it is a paradox, because in order to be great, you have to go down the road of mastery, but also simultaneously holding this awareness that your role is specifically providing for these people that you're coaching. And so it's like an ego and humility at the same time. And it creates all these dead ends, because coaches, um, you know, become an authority figure in people's lives. It is an ego blast, and they build a fence around what is possible. It's impossible to work with you. It's impossible to scale your business because you're the guy or you're the gal. It's impossible to create sustainability in training because everything revolves around you. And it's like, it's such a tricky spot, And so, and last thing I'll say about that paradox is, it's extra tricky because just being a humble coach doesn't get you very far either. You got to have enough gusto to go down the rabbit holes of getting actually good at this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I find that is like, that's the purgatory. A lot of people can get there and screw it up and just be a burnt out trainer who ran out of hours in the day, who can't build something bigger than themselves. But very few can be good enough to transcend that and have a humility to see what the role might actually be.
Yeah, the at Power Athlete we call that panache, but I like the gusto.
Yeah,
The
fair.
yeah, most recent course that I was able to put together and put out was our trainer course. In our Power Athlete Academy, we offer the Power Athlete methodology, which is specific towards unlocking athletic potential and that performance mindset. The idea as a coach that you can take an athlete where they can't take themselves, meaning starting position, scholarship, or their sport coach wrote them off. They're going to come to you to develop and unlock this athletic potential to then be that third string story that goes through puberty in an off season and comes back and earns the starting position. The most recent course, however, was trainer course, and not taking a negative context of the term trainer, like personal trainer, that is more of a behavior approach. Rather than performance, is focused on behavior. And the real light bulb moment that separates the two tracks is, as a coach, my objective was a long time to get athletes in the weight room at the college level, get athletes to see performance, movement, drive, desire, passion like I saw it. Because I was working with a level of athlete, Division I, that I never reached. And I wanted them to value their allotment as much as I did as their coach. And that led to a lot of burnout and led to some political barriers. But the realization now with a trainer, it's not, okay, let's get this individual person with this specific goal of movement or losing weight or, I got to be here. My doctor told me to do this. So a different population than performance. So now as a trainer, I need to be in a position to communicate to them, all right, well, this is how I see it. I'm going to talk to them and then find out this disconnect. Where are they? How do they see fitness, goals, behavior, movement, training, exercise, all this good stuff? And now I need to bring myself there. So that was the biggest revelation, the difference between the two, and honestly, that humility. But at the same time, hell, man, I can step into any weight room, anytime, any sport, and then turn the switch for expectation, performance, and taking an athlete where they can't take themselves. But, I mean, that was a decade in the industry to realize, hey, there are different populations. I can't just be this one-trick coach. Yeah. And, yeah, man, it took me a long time to get there, and that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made as a coach, as a trainer, as a leader for my population.
I'm going back, I'm a loaded freight train, and I'm right on track.